Hi everyone, welcome back. We're going to continue our conversation on taxes. So in the last video, I talked about how when you go to the store, if you buy a toy, you're going to have some tax money also added to your total cost of that toy. That then goes and helps the cost of our government services, like teachers, firefighters, and police officers. But there's also other kinds of taxes that we're going to talk about here. There's income tax, property tax, and then what I talked about earlier was called sales tax. So let's learn about these a little bit more. Taxes. The local, state, and federal government do many things for the citizens of the United States, but they can't do it for free. The government needs money to build schools, print money, and to help needy citizens. It also must have money to pay the salaries of people who work for the government. So, where does it get its money? Much of it comes from the U.S. citizens in the form of taxes. A tax is money paid to the government by businesses and by individual people. 3 types of taxes are income tax, property tax, and sales tax. Everyone in the U.S. who earns more than a certain amount of money each year must pay a percentage or a part of the money to the government in taxes. Income taxes are due each year on April 15th. Most people estimate or guess how much they will owe and pay their taxes a little each month, so they will not owe so much at once. Sometimes people estimate too much tax for the year. These people get refunds from the government for the amount paid over what was owed. Some people estimate too little tax and owe more money. Income tax usually helps pay for federal and state governments to function. So that means if somebody in your home has a job and they are working that job, a certain percentage or some of the money that they make has to go into taxes. So that again was income tax. Let's take a look at property tax. Property tax is a tax mostly on cars, lands, houses, and other buildings. The tax is a percentage of the value of the property, such as a house or a car. Property tax usually pays for the local government. Last, we have sales tax. Sales tax is a tax on goods and services people buy. The tax is a percentage of the cost of an item. Sales tax usually pays for state government. Some states do not tax things that are necessarily for daily life, such as food, clothing, and medicine. Some states put higher tax on things that are not necessarily, such as cigarettes or alcohol. Some states do not have sales tax at all. In Michigan, do you remember what I said yesterday? How much our sales tax is? It is 6 cents on every dollar. If you think back to our earlier video, that's what I said before. Some people think taxes are unfair. They do not want to give the government money that they have earned. What do you think? Below, explain why you think taxes are fair or unfair. If you think they are unfair, suggest another way for the government to get money to pay for all that it does. So for example, if you think taxes are unfair, how do you want the government to pay for your schools? If not through taxes, how else would we pay for it? Or maybe you think it is fair. You are going to write your response here. I would like you to write in at least 3 complete sentences, please. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out.